What is up, YouTube? It's Rahul. I'm back. Today we're going to be going over another deck video. I'm sorry about the audio issues last time. I got a new mic. I've been setting it up. We're going to be working on improving our content, our space, all that kind of stuff. I want to give you guys some good content and stuff I believe in, especially. So we're going to be working on some deck profiles for battle styles. Yeah, let's get into some more of these things. But if you guys haven't already, subscribe so you guys know when I go next. If you enjoyed the video, hit me with a like. That really helps. Comment, anything. The algorithm, you know, get me pushed up, see how my content can grow. So without further ado, let's jump in to the deck list. So here we are with the deck list. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rahul, this is Mewtwo again. And I'm like, you know, guys, leave me alone, okay? Because I really like Mewtwo as a card. That's one of my favorite cards. So, Mewtwo and Mew-GX. If you guys didn't know already, it's been out for a very long time. It's our last reigning world champions deck of choice. The Perfection deck uses the ability to copy attacks of any GX or EX in your bench or discard pile. Now, why does Mewtwo get good again, Rahul? Well, that's a very simple answer, guys. Because Urshifu is in the format. And yeah, you're going to be like, Rahul, but all Urshifu decks play Jirachi-GX, don't they? And I'm like, yeah, they do. So, we can still go through them. We can still kill the Jirachi-GX. Once it's out of the equation, we have to knock out one Urshifu and maybe a support Pokemon. We win the game. All we need to ever do to beat Urshifu is usually knock out one of the VMAXs, and we can steal the game from there. So, without further ado, let's go into the deck and why it's a little bit different from a lot of Aurora Mewtwo decks you may have seen. Now, one of the newest additions to Aurora Mewtwo type decks is Vileplume-GX with its massive bloom attack for 180. Being one of the best early game attacks you can use with Mewtwo. Turn 1, turn 2, you can literally just kill an Urshifu if they don't get the Jirachi down on turn 1, which is really strong. Just kill something, take a first turn prize with 180. All you need to do is Welder 1 energy, really strong. Also, Allergic Explosion GX gives you a lot of outs in situations where you might not be able to win otherwise. We have your Naganadel-GX. I think Venom Shot is the reason that you stick with Aurora over just playing like Psychic or any other typing, because Venom Shot is just one of the hands down best attacks in the game for the snipe, what it does, and you get to discard energy. So I love Venom Shot, and there's a lot of support Pokemon. Venom Shot's probably going to get a little less powerful because Mew bench barrier is making its way into decks, thanks to Urshifu Rapid Strike VMAX being in the format, but I think it's not going to hurt that much. We have Reshiram Charizard-GX, our tried and true guy we can bench, we can attack with. He's a homie. Flare Strike, Double Blaze, both really good. Family Zard, Charizard-GX with Flare Blitz GX for 300 damage. It's our most powerful attack. Now, I know it's still crazy. We don't one-shot a lot of these VMAXs still, but a Flare Blitz that's timed right can still take out decks like ADP. We have Volcanion, which is a little bit of an addition to some of the Welder Mewtwo lists, because going second Flare Starter is incredibly strong at powering up your board, and High Heat Blast is also a really good answer to decks like Decidueye and decks like Zacian ADP. Now here's where it gets a little funky. Gengar and Mimikyu-GX. I think Whorehouse is a great time buyer. I think if you can get the 2 energies to use Poltergeist, you can come out of nowhere with a surprise attack and, you know, take a big knockout when they're least expecting it. Decks like Scorch and other big VMAX decks will build up big hands, so there's a chance that even Urshifu that you can just come in and get a knockout. Now here's where things get a little spicy. There's a 2/2 Victini VMAX line in the deck. Why is it in here? I can't really explain, but I really like the card and I want to try it. So we were already playing a Victini V with Spreading Flames and Energy Burst, because that card is just good in general. There's like no reason the card's not good. And then Victini V has V-Bullet and Flare Shot. So, you know, this guy's the new one. I don't really have a reason for playing this one over the other one. I think the other one's probably just better, but I think the 120 early game might be cheeky for just 2, and I want to try it. I just want to try it out and see how it is. Victini VMAX I really like because it still has a Spreading Flames attack, so you can power up your board, and Max Victory does say if your opponent's Pokemon is Pokemon V, it does 120 more damage, which is a lot considering this format relies on 1 or 2 shots now that we're shifting back to a 2-shot over a 1-shot format, so this can set up a lot of big attacks for you later, or clean up the game if you needed to. So now we're moving into the remainder of the deck. We have 4 Cherish Ball and 3 Quick Ball. That's a lot of our engine to just find stuff and draw stuff. We have 3 Switch, and one of the switches we used to play for the 4th becomes a Rope, which I think is fine. Tool Scrapper still exists in the deck because you got to deal with cards like Big Charm, Metal Goggles, stuff like that, obviously. There's 3 Pokégear and a Great Catcher. You know, just ways to find our welders and stuff like that. 2 Pokemon Communications. Now that we have Victini VMAX, we can throw some cards back in, kind of play around, find more Dedennes, Crobats, Eldegoss. Like, we have more ways to find cards now. Now, one card I want to talk about coming back is Energy Recycler. I think this card is insane for Welder decks in general, and the fact that it's back is really, really good because we have that. Yeah. Then we have 2 Boss's Orders, 4 Welder, 1 Air Balloon for Pivot, and then a 4-8 split on Energy. So let's jump into some games, shall we? Let's see how this goes. Hit the ladder. I'm excited for the deck. I think it's really, really good, so... I'm a huge proponent of Mewtwo, and hopefully we can show off the deck and how good it can be as we jump into this bracket. We obviously still want to go first, because getting that extra attachment is really strong, but Crushing Hammer does exist. Now this hand would have been actually insane if we went second, but I can't complain with what we have. Ideally a Crobat would probably be the best card to Quick Ball for here. Attach Crobat Quick Ball, so. Looks like we're up against ADP, or CST Algapalkia, our old friend. We'll take our 2 extra cards, obviously. I'm not saying no, ever. Right. So now, we're going to start with a Quick Ball onto Vileplume. Let's see what's in our deck. We don't have Crobat. But we do have the Welder for the following turn. We don't have anything past that, really. So we probably still want to... Well, let me check for Family Zard. Family Zard's not in the deck. That's actually very crucial to keep in mind. Because he's not in the deck, we're in a little bit of a scary spot right now. So go ahead and grab this guy. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Because I want to attack with High Heat Blast next turn. If I can find a boss, ideally also, like, not a boss, but like a Welder, I guess, here. This hand is not amazing. But it's nothing, yeah, we're just going to pass. We're just going to pass. This hand would have been crazy good going second. But for the time being, I'm not going to say much about it. Crushing Hammer. So our opponent is still playing somewhat of an older list. I don't know if the Crushing Hammer builds are better or not, but we'll see how it stacks up against the rest of the field. He Crobated for 3. We'll see. Quick Ball, okay. In an ideal world, we manage to either High Heat Blast this turn, or at least get the Welder to the bench. Because we do want a chance at winning this game. We are going to have to put the Dedennes down, so we need to be able to respond and be able to very quickly take out this RCST Alga and Palkia, if we can. And a Marnie. So, our hand wasn't bad. It was actually really, really great. It was probably the best we could have asked for, honestly. But, so this hand is not the best we could have asked for. Our opponent's still looking for the turn 1 GX. We're crossing our fingers, hope he doesn't find it. Tails, thank God, nice. Crushing Hammer 3rd. Tails, okay, let's get it. I am not complaining whatsoever about that. Now, we do know Family Zard is prize, so we're going to have to 2-shot this ADP. The question is, how do we want to approach that? I think for the time being, we've already seen him use 3 hammers, so there's no harm in just going ahead and High Heat Blasting, because he's going to go ahead and GX the next turn. So, in a super ideal world, we find a way to get this guy going. And, yeah, figure it out from there, honestly. He's going to go ahead and research. So he's going to be digging deep here for this water energy. Hopefully he doesn't get it. ADP was one of the decks that, like, Mewtwo had a semi-okay matchup against, but not with Family Zard prized. If Family Zard was prized, then we're in a tough spot, obviously. That's 2 switch gone. That's important to note, because if he keeps burning switches, then I can use the Vileplume's pollen, sticky pollen or whatever, allergic pollen. So he did not find the Metal Water again. That's really good for us, actually. But he did get 3 energies there. Okay, this is great. This is great for us, actually. We're going to go ahead and stamp him, because let's just give him -1 anyway. There's no reason not to. Let's go do this. Now, there's a bunch of things we could do that just put us in a pretty okay spot. So let's go ahead and pitch this guy, because I don't want to put another fatty down. We're pretty low on energies, actually. Let's keep that in mind also. Welder. Nice. Okay. We can't go crazy with that Welder right now, unfortunately. We gotta save this 1 fire for later. So what we can do is we can take 2 prizes off the bat. We can just go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and retreat. Let's go ahead and do this. Getting rid of the stamp and the switch. Giving us that guy. And then we can use that attack we talked about earlier. Massive Bloom for 2 prizes. And now we're theoretically up on the prize trade. Go figure. So in an ideal world, we can find a way to Venom Shot the next turn onto something like the Goss. No, we don't even want to Venom Shot. Maybe we Venom Shot here on the Rangaroo. Or, I mean, we just attach in 230 this RCS again Palkia, which I think I would like to do more than anything. Okay, so that's super unfortunate for us because he's going to hit the Mawile and going to get 2 Pokemon. Oh, okay, he just didn't. That's also fine, I guess. Thanks. Is he just going to Dedenne? Probably he's just thinning for Dedenne. Marnie? Okay, that's super okay with me. I did have the boss orders to bring up the Zacian and kill it. Because I think that's more of a threat than this RCS Dialga Palkia is. I also like the balloon there, so I'm not going to actually scrapper this. Because we definitely, in our mind, know that if that's there, then he's missing stuff. So, Alter Creation GX comes down and hits the board. So we're going to bench this Victini, so we can potentially have the VMAX in 2 turns. We're going to Hearth the Hearth. Get the fire. I do have the 2 Auroras still left. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do this. I know there's no reason to actually clog my bench here, but I just want to see some cards. Potentially. Set myself up for like 2 turn, 3 turn plays. We'll go ahead and give it the Flare Strike. Now we can take out ADP here, get those 2 prizes, or 3 prizes, go down to 1. There's a pretty high chance he doesn't play Stamp because the list doesn't have space for that. And I knew I had Fire's prize, so I knew I was going to get something out of it. There's Family Zard. That can clean up the game if this guy never dies. But we also have this guy here, and all I need to do is find a Welder. Leon. Okay, interesting. He does play the Leon version. A knockout's going to come through. That's not incredibly ideal for us, obviously. So how do we want to play this is the question. Top taking a Welder or Eldegoss would be insane. Boss's orders. That doesn't get us there, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't think so. Dedenne is what we got to grab. But the problem is we don't have any more fire energy in the deck. So, definitely not an ideal world to be in. We can buy ourselves some time. We can buy ourselves a second here by doing this. Yeah, we're going to buy ourselves a second by doing this. Yeah. So we're in a whorehouse, so he can't attach or play any cards from his hand now. So the Zacian gets stuck, and all he can do is Intrepid Sword. And because all he can do is Intrepid Sword, we're going to set up 2-turn lethal by just going switch, attach, and knocking out with High Heat Blast. So, I mean, he scooped. He knew the writing was on the wall. If I made that play, then I had what I needed to win the game. So let's get into another game with the Welder Mewtwo. Definitely a little bit unfortunate on our opponent's side. He didn't draw what he needed to draw. I'm not going to, like, front and say that that was a clean game on both sides by either means. But a win is a win is a win. We're going to go first again. Why do we keep opening Volcanion when we go first? We're cursed. We're cursed. That's it. That's it. There's only 1 in the deck. It's not like I am I'm stacking, you know, guys. Mad Party. Okay. This is probably one of our worst matchups. We're going to grab the Reshiram. Attach to the back. And we're going to detonate this hand. There's nothing of importance in this hand. Baby Victini is probably also really good here in multiple capacities. There it is. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this. Get 2 fires. Potential for the Welder next turn. Pop this guy down and pass our turn. So I put the Zard down instead of the Mewtwo because obviously Mewtwo is weak to Poltergeist. So we want to have an attacker that isn't and potentially get 2, maybe 3 prizes with the Zard. Maybe more if we can. If he plays a heavier Dedenne build. So. Let's see what happens. This turn 1 is going to be pretty crazy and probably long. And if they're playing the Giovanni's Exile build, also they have a very high damage cap. So we'll see where things shake up. There's the Dedenne, so that is 1 3-prizer we can take out down the line. Or 2-prizer, sorry. Our opponent's already hanging out with 4 or 3 in the discard pile. And that's 2 twin energies down. So I think this game is going to come down to definitely the energy, the loss of energy or the lack thereof, yeah. Four already. Is he going to keep going with the Crobat? If he puts the Crobat down, maybe we can just go boom, 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 boom. But that's still something we have to be able to do. If he doesn't knock us out here and we get the first knock, and he's down 2 twins, Great Catcher. Okay, he's going to just bring up the Zard and hit it, I think. Or he's going to try to kill the Dedenne. I think he's debating. He's going to try to kill the Dedenne. 6. Okay. Okay. I don't think he got there. But I think he definitely wanted to do that because he wanted to draw more cards, and there's no other way to put, I guess, the cards in the discard for him. Nice top deck on our end. We'll do this. Okay. This is a weird matchup for sure, I think. Let's split our energies. Let's go down here. Let's give him that good old energy burst. I could go in with a Volcanion, but I feel like if he misses another one-shot on something like a Victini, I can keep pivoting between these attackers, take a lot of damage onto my board, and kind of win the game that way. We are down 1 boss, so that is important to note. We have 1 more boss and a Great Catcher. So ideally, we can still win the game that way. But Weldering next turn is probably still our ideal move. Oricorio. Nice. He's setting up a lot of 2 prizes into play. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And I think he just discarded the Mew. Rose Tower hits the board. Interesting. Galarian Meowth just to draw more cards, I guess. Discard and draw more. Here's Rose Towered. Okay. Research. Second Great Catcher. Interesting. Level Ball. That's right. Mad Party does get Level Ball. That's a very interesting card for them to get. He needs 10. He needs 10 to get me. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 2 more and he gets me. Another Level Ball. So that's probably 1 more, and then Berserker can do the math, the damage there. But the question is, if he does this again, will he be able to find another Poltergeist to follow up on this? Okay, Evolutionary Roar. That's exactly 10, so he's chilling. Mad Party. He got me there. Can't do anything about that. Great Catcher off the top would probably be our best top deck. Okay. Not the worst still. Got Zardo. We're going to go ahead and put the Zardo back in. We're going to grab Eldegoss. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to give another Mad Partier in the discard. We're going to retreat. We're going to attach the Aurora Energy here. Oh, I already weldered. I completely flubbed that, but it's okay. We're going to set it up over 2 turns. We're going to set it up over 2 turns. I completely flubbed that, but I have the correct idea in mind for what I want to do. I did what I meant to do next turn this turn. So. That's his last Poltegeist. In an ideal world, actually, maybe I just kill the Poltegeist. Maybe I just go switch, kill the Poltegeist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One more? One more and he actually gets me, which is concerning, actually. There it is. He's down 3 twins, so maybe he doesn't have the last one. There's the last one, probably. He's saying, can you kill me here? He's saying if you can kill me, you probably win. He's grabbing the other T. Maybe he plays an ordinary rod. Maybe this is a bluff. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how do we win this? There are 2 balloon gone. So we can do. We're going to do this. My opponent has 2 balloons showing, and I think those are his only switch. Okay. Definitely an incorrect play on our part. I definitely had to take a gamble there because I couldn't one-shot this Poltegeist even with our attack. So there's nothing we could have done on that game, but that's the list. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me go back to full cam. Yeah, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed the Aurora Mewtwo deck. If you guys enjoyed the video, obviously like, subscribe, all the good stuff. My other socials down below. I will be putting out more Battle Styles content as we go. I have the Urshifu decks ready to go. As you can see, I've got this ADP deck. I've got Dragapult, Inteleon, Rillaboom, T-Tar, I already did, Victini VMAX, and a couple of other ones that I need to get cards for. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a comment what you want to see next, and if there's any other decks you want to see me experiment with, I'm all game. Battle Styles is very fun, so hopefully you guys get some more fun content from me. And until next time, that's it. Peace, guys.